We are loud, obnoxious, and completely inappropriate. Viewers' discretion is strongly advised.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Camping with Lenny. So today I'm doing something different. I am actually recording this in a video style podcast, and I'm actually ready to head out for my second solo camping trip. And it's actually 3 o'clock. According to GPS, I'll be there in 2 hours. But if you live in downtown Toronto, it will take about 2.5 to 3 hours depending on traffic. So I'm heading off now. I just forgot a few things. So I had to go to the store and grab some. So apparently I never learned from my lessons from my first camping trip. So here it is. So yeah, I'm off to Port Burwell Provincial Park, and I'll see you when I get there. So the first thing I do when I get into camp is actually get my thermostat up and running. Because this is so far one of my favorite best purchase ever done. It literally keeps the bugs away. I don't even know which one's been used so far, but I'll just use this for now. Yeah, this is one of the best buy ever made. It actually worked out really well. It keeps the mosquitoes away. I'm very happy with this purchase. So mosquitoes are already out and about. So first thing first, get rid of the buggies. If we can get that guys out, I'd be a lot happier, right? Not even, there you go, much better right there, right? Okay. Okay. Ooh, I can feel the mosquitoes. So you just insert this cartridge here like this. You grab your butane. Screw this in here. There's 3 versions I can get this. One is the smaller one. Same thing, but this one is a bigger canister. Small one, the big one, and patio one. This one's a little bit more industrial. So there it is. Lights are going, so this is going to give me about 30 feet radius of protection. It takes about a few minutes to get this guys up and running, but as soon as it's up and running, you get 30 feet. So I'm pretty stoked about this. Alright, I'm going to put this started, and I'm going to start setting up the tent. Hey guys, so everything's set up already, so I decided I'm going to do a stop setup right now and show you what's inside my tent. The reason why I'm doing that is people have been asking, well, one person, one of my buddies, has been asking what's inside my tent. The reason why he's been asking is how I described it in the regular podcast, the audio podcast, I wasn't describing it properly. So I decided, you know what, when I'm trying a video podcast, might as well see if I can, or just do a tour inside of a tent. The reason why I want to do a tour inside a tent is that typically when I go camping, the first thing I set up is my tent. Reason why is just in case it starts snowing or raining. Raining mostly, or cold. At least my shelter is ready to go. So we'll start with the outside and work my way inside. Okay, so this is the Gazelle T4. I got this tent about a month ago. I used it my first camping trip. It's pretty good. It's a hub style tent. So it worked out really well. So I have pegs in each 4 corners. I have an option to put another peg here and actually tie this out in the guideline. The reason why I didn't do that because there's no heavy wind that's happening. If there's a heavy wind, then I'll tie it down. Here's the rear door. This is the rear door for it. Again, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So I'm gonna go inside and show you guys what it looks like, but how I set up my tent. So here it is. Hopefully the light is good. Okay, so let me just close this because mosquitoes are coming in. So when you walked in, this is my bed area. This is a cot, a simple single cot. I actually have a camping chair inside. The reason why I have a camping chair inside is just to provide a seating area, especially during the day. When it gets really cold outside or hot outside, I can stay inside this tent. Also, when I need to change or anything like that, I can just do it through here. Next one is what I have here is a side table. This is the foldable side table ones you can get on Amazon, and my jackery. Right now I only have my pad up because I'm still inflating it. I normally set up my bed before I go to bed. Yeah. Reason why is I just want to make sure the pad inflates properly, and just in case. So I have my clothes here, my sleeping bag, another bag for my pillow and blankets or whatever I need to put on top. I'm normally gonna put a light up here. I'm gonna show you, I hang a light here and I have another light here, but I'll set that up again tonight. So let's go outside. Oh, one more thing I have to show you guys is this here. This is just a simple floor mat. I have carpet, a utility carpet I had my old car. The reason why I have it inside is I'll show you guys why I have it inside. You'll be wondering why, because I'm not sure if you noticed something in this tent. There is no vestibule, zero vestibule. So when it gets rainy or wet, you don't want to leave your shoes out. You have to bring them inside the tent. So hence the mat inside. That's why. Okay, so the other one as well too is this setup itself. This campsite is actually pretty interesting. It's actually pretty narrow. It's a narrow campsite, right? So there's a little cove for the tent, right? And fire pits right there, and the picnic table. When I arrived, the picnic table was here, but I want the picnic table close to the heat so I can cook and not be far with all my stuff that I need to cook at. One thing that I forgot to check is if it's possible to use, yes, this. Reason why I want one of these up and running, because I actually put a grill on top of that when I cook. So I don't have to bring bigger grills. I'll just use that to cook in. And my firewood's right there as well too. And the firewood is actually just beside the tent, beside the fire pit, ready to go to be cooked. So, hence, so like I was saying that I typically set up the shelter first before I do anything else, because just in case weather changes or anything like that, it's ready to go. It's a habit that I've been doing since I started camping with friends and family, and it's been pretty solid. So I'm gonna finish setting up the area. I need to get water, and I need to get water and get the kitchen set up, sorted out. And one more thing I want to show you guys: thermocell. This is one of the things that I love using. Since I turned this on, not even 5 minutes later, the buggies are gone. Like the mosquitoes are gone. So it's ready to go. So I don't have to worry about it. And I'm going to show you guys something when I start the fire. This little thing that I found in Canadian Tire that might be my favorite gadget. We'll chat about that later. So it's 6:35 p.m. Setup is done. So I'm going to show you guys what the campsite looks like actually after I set everything up. This whole setup took me about an hour with a break in between and moving some stuff around, so about an hour, not bad. Again, there was a lot of things I have to move around to make this more homely, right? So like I mentioned earlier, that's my tent right there, and I ended up putting up my shelter. The reason why I ended up putting up the shelter is I was debating if I'm going to use it or not. Based on the weather that we're going to have for the next few days, I think it's prudent to actually have it set up. Within here is just another chair and a folding table. This is where I'm going to be mostly eating rather than here. Reason why I'm not going to eat here is because of well, there's stuff flying, there's the stuff coming down from the trees and all that stuff, so it's not very suitable to eat meals. Maybe something will go to my food. Healthy stuff, right? So, in this side itself, I ended up putting like a washing area, just a water I think it's a 4-liter jug that I got. It works perfectly. My affordable bucket, yeah, to wash stuff, water, yeah, and my tent's right here. So I'm gonna go to the other side and show you guys what it looks like. And yeah, so far it's ready to go. I just need to get that started. But first, what I need to do is I need to relax for a bit, enjoy my hard work. So I'm gonna in my shelter here, put my camera where it's supposed to be, right there. And in today's beer clock, it's a Stella in a can. I decided not to go to the bottle ones because of well, heavier, all that good stuff. So cheers, everyone. Oh, that's nice. I'm actually going to move to the table because my light here is not very good. Okay, hold on. Hold on, let me move here. Bear with me here. I can move this like this for a bit. This water is spilling. So let's talk about this park, this provincial park here. I never heard about this park since till I was looking for places to go camping, and this popped up. It's pretty close to Long Point Provincial Park, and yeah, when I got in here, it took a while to get in here because it was you have to zigzag your way through. Yeah, you just have to zigzag your way down from the 403 down south to Port Burwell, I think Township or something. But yeah, it took about 2.5 hours to come down here. When I got through the gate, it's actually very well labeled. I didn't bother asking for a map because I forgot. First of all, I forgot to grab a map. But every single street or every single alleyway or corridor, it was labeled. So my site is labeled properly. How to get here was labeled. The bathrooms were labeled properly. It's not like an old label that you see is just a painted sign. This one is actually reflected paint, so you actually see it properly. It's kind of cool, kind of neat. And so far this area is actually pretty nice. The one thing I noticed since I got here is the area itself is a mixed use. So it's a mixed use between electric site and non-electric site, RV versus tent site. They're all mixed. So my neighbor to the right behind me here and the neighbor over there, they're both are RVs, but the one across me is tent. So power is sporadic around. It's not like a section just power, another section just for non-power, but it's just all over the place. So it's a mixed bag. And I noticed that this area here, people who come here is mostly RVs and families. So if you're looking for a site that's actually quiet and well, we'll find out if it's quiet tonight, though. We'll definitely find out if it's quiet tonight. If it is quiet tonight, this place is going to be great. If it's not, this is going to be a party park. So, yeah. So I just have to keep an eye on that. It is mosquito-ish. Hold on, I'm going to turn myself closer to me and get that surround me for a bit. But, yeah. Yeah, it took me a while to get everything sorted out because of it's just I've never been here before, so it took me a while to get everything where I'm supposed to be. The water faucet is about a 30-second walk away from here. The bathrooms and the washrooms just around the corner from here. It's a great spot. I definitely, so far, I'm going to recommend this. So far, we'll find out tomorrow and tonight if it's going to be for sure a recommendation. But I have this feeling it's going to be a loud night. We'll see. So it is 6:45. I'm debating to start cooking dinner around 7:30, and just eat tonight and just relax. Yeah. I've been asked why do I go camping by myself instead of like friends and family. I think I mentioned this in the last episode that because of my friends are having babies and all that stuff because of COVID, they decided to have COVID babies. Awesome, I love babies. And at the same time, my wife is doing her post grad, so she's incredibly busy. So she doesn't actually have time to go camping at all this year. So she gave me to go ahead and go camping by myself, so I did. And the other reason why is this is a great opportunity for me to just de-stress from work, just day-to-day stuff, because my work is very intense. So going camping like this is great. It's nice to just to put my feet up and relax for a bit. And I'm hoping that this is going to be a thing going forward, because it's kind of funny though, because this channel already evolved from just straight audio podcast to like a video podcast. So this is my first attempt of making a video podcast / vlog, more in a podcast style. I'm just saying. Yeah, because it's just nice to be out here and just put my feet up. Once in a while, I do have people joining me. In this channel, guests, you can say that, guests for just camping. I got maybe just a friend of mine will be joining soon. We're getting that sorted out. The wifey is coming with me soon, hopefully, but that depending on her schedule. There is a couple of trips one trip I'm looking at. It's not going to be straight camping, but it's going to be glamping. Yeah, I'm trying to get that sorted out right now, but it's going to be closer to end of August, beginning of July. Sorry, end of August, beginning of September-ish time frame. We're looking at doing a glamping for a few days. Again, it's going to be, everything will be set up for us. I don't have to worry about anything. You just have to bring my food and myself, right? And that's going to be fun. Definitely going to be capturing that. That's a great break from just tent camping, right? And yeah, and it's gonna be great. One thing that I noticed that in this trip compared to the last trip is the amount of gear that I brought. Actually, I felt like I'm bringing more in this trip compared to last camping trip. I know last camping trip, that's the problem with doing a provincial park camping, and everyone's really close to you. You can actually hear everyone. Compared to the last one was great. No one was around me. It was perfect. But I was saying that I felt that I brought more. Pardon me. I carried more in this trip than the last trip. The reason why is this: one is I brought an extra chair, right, and I brought another folding table with me for this trip. And brought my camera and tripod. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're gonna take photos or not, but just brought it just in case. Yeah, and one other thing that I brought with me that I wasn't sure if it's feasible or not to bring with me is what did I brought with me that I wasn't sure? That's the RV guy next door. He's just setting up for I think this weekend or the first week or something. But yeah, well, I brought a little bit more stuff. I actually forgot to bring a few things. I forgot to bring a coffee mug for coffee tomorrow morning. So I ended up getting coffee mug when I was picking up a garbage bag, and water. The water I brought with me is a 2-4, like a small container of water. The reason why I brought that instead of the 2-liter jugs is a couple of things. One, I want to experiment how much water I drink and this kind of heat using the bottle instead of using the 4-liter one. I'm just comparing what's more economical, right? That and the other one that I forgot to bring with me that I totally forgot was paper towel. So I ended up stopping by when I was picking up the bottled water. Is a paper towel that I kind of need because I forgot to bring my sponge with me. So I'll be using that a lot. And I also brought one thing that I had in my camping gear in my storage. Is a aluminum sort of a tray. I don't know where I got it from, but I have one. I'm gonna start using that as a plate instead of the paper plates. The reason why I'm using that instead of a paper plate is what I noticed that the paper plate itself has a tendency to warp, right? And it gets soggy. If it gets soggy, it gets really, really hard to use. So far, that's the plan. We'll see if I actually follow through it, depending how much dishes I end up doing tonight. So yeah, so I'll be keeping an eye on that. I also brought off with me. I'm going to experiment if I can live with using the thermocell all day, like throughout the whole camping, instead of using mosquitoes, instead of using mosquito repellent. The reason why is again experimenting. I'm just strictly experimenting what is feasible, what is possible, what is not possible. So that's the thing. It's actually really nice underneath underneath the shelter itself. It's actually nice, and I have my privacy. I'm off the heat, the sun a bit. I am going to start turn on the fire because I do need to kill the debris on the fire pit and clean the thing. So yeah, I'm going to start doing that, and yeah, you know what, I'm going to do that now while I'm having a beer and just enjoying my R&R. So I was getting tired getting a fire starter, and I found this thing. It's called Kickstarter fire starter. It's literally just start the fire on both sides of the package, and it will kickstart fire. And I haven't tried this before. We'll see how this actually acts. It's a new product from Zip. So let's see. According to this one, it's 100% natural wood, wax, all natural. I left this in the car for about a day and made my car stink. So 2 days, it made my car really stinky. So let's go check it out. So hold on, before I do that, let's go see what it looks like. So I ended up doing a box thing. I didn't get any kindling because I want to see how this actually works. So I'm gonna light the fire there and fire there, and see if it works perfectly. I'm gonna put this away for now, start the fire, and put the rest of the wood there. So hold on, I'll be back. So I started the fire. So it's actually going now. That's just paper towel, but it's going. There's actually citronella inside there too, so I have to kill all that stuff as well. What I normally do is I just grab garbage from the car. Garbage from the car and just put it in there, so I don't have to worry about garbage. And just kill it all, so I don't have to worry about it. But I do save some for tomorrow, just in case. But yeah, so let's see how good this thing actually works. See if this actually runs. So yeah, so typically when I do fires, usually depending on the scenario, I normally just do a simple kindling, start that with a simple fire starter. But I'm kind of lazy, so what I've been noticing in the internet is using blowtorches. I'm not there yet, so that's why I'm trying new things to start fires. So we'll see how this actually works out. It is 7:54 p.m. and fire's been going for the past half an hour now. I'm actually going to start cooking dinner. Today's dinner is going to be very, very fancy. We are having filet mignon, bacon wrapped filet mignon, and rice. The reason why I'm having rice instead of vegetables is because I forgot my vegetables at home. It was in the fridge and I forgot about it. So we're just gonna have my backup side is rice and filet mignon for tonight, and it's gonna be delicious. Hi guys, so it is 8:32 p.m. and it's dinner time. So I'm having my filet mignon. I'll show you guys. My filet mignon, medium rare. Rice, unfortunately, again, I forgot my vegetables, so it is what it is. Gotta use my makeshift tripod, and I have my typically you have wine for your filet mignon, but hence I don't have wine, so we are gonna have another Stella. If you are any beer companies that are willing to sponsor me for this trip, I have no problems drinking your beer, so please let me know. Let's see how this tastes like, shall we? Very, very curious. Again, this is medium rare, I think. More on the medium side, but it's still juicy. Oh my goodness. Ooh, hold on. Got this again. Very good. Not bad. That's really good. Cheers. Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, I'm sitting in my my shelter because of the stuff falling down, but yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna keep eating. I'll talk to you guys later after dinner. It's 8:47 p.m. and dinner is good. Dinner is done. So I just want to go back to the conversation we had regarding meals. Because I'm doing car camping with a tent and a proper campsite, and people always think that if you go camping, you go, you know, bare minimum: hot dogs, ribs, burgers. You know, for me, camping means, you know, I'll be outdoors, but I'm not going to sacrifice what I'm planning to eat. So that's why tonight I had a filet mignon. So again, forgot a couple of things before it, but still I had a filet mignon for dinner, right? And reason why I'm actually saying this, that the sky is the limit regarding dinner, regarding your meals, is I've been inspired by a few European, Korean, South Korean campers. They do elaborate dinners and meals for during camping, and to be honest with you, that's awesome. That's great, and they don't sacrifice what they're eating for the sake of convenience while, you know, camping. For me, oops, sorry about that. For me, camping is being outdoors, but still eating the food that you want to eat. So plus, there's a good chance you'll be eating something that you haven't eaten in a long time, and you just want to say, hey, this is fun, this is great, right? So that's why I was a very, very big fan of having good meals while camping. Why should I sacrifice my meals for the sake of convenience and cooking something not relatively good, in my opinion? So that's why there's a barbecue, there's an open pit flame. Why not just barbecue everything that you have, right? Minimize your usage of a stove, for example, right? And for me, that's a good thing. Why not use something that's good for you and it's something you want to eat for a while? And especially I live in a condo, it's hard for me to barbecue, so this is a good way for me to barbecue, is go camping and have a barbecue. You're currently hearing my neighbors cutting wood or axing. Oh, axing, is axing a word? Yeah, they're cutting wood right now to start their fire and grill. And yeah, go figure. So, but no, it's the temperature is cooling down. It is 21 degrees. It is going to be a low of 11 tonight. That's going to be fun. So it's going to be a low of 11 tonight. But that's going to be later on, like early in the morning, tomorrow morning. Because around midnight it's going to be roughly about 18 degrees C. So yeah. Yeah, dinner is good. So I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna keep watching the game, have a beer. I might move close to the fire and just rest there for a bit before I start cleaning up, because I do want to clean up before I start getting cold. You know. I did. Oh, one more thing too. I did buy 2 bags of wood, and I already used half the bag. Half the wood for the first bag tonight. Again, the reason why is I want to clean the pit, so I decided to go really hot fire just to clean all that stuff and burn as much as I can, so I can actually grill on top of it. So you don't want to grill something that's on a fire that you haven't really cleaned or burned, whatever you need to burn. If you do that, you're just gonna ask for trouble. So make sure you just go hot your first time. At least you know that your fire pit has been reset to the way you want it. So just keep that in mind. Just, you know, FYI. So yeah, I'm gonna head out to the fire and do a little R&R and just relax. Hey guys, it is 9:53 p.m. It's my first night is done and over with, and I'm actually just relaxing now. The fire is burning. It's been a long day, so I'm just going to wrap up the evening. So a couple of things I realized that I should definitely mention. One of them is if you are planning to go camping in a provincial park in Canada, and especially in Ontario, you do have to remember this: you are not alone. This whole park is actually full today. Like, it's packed this weekend, packed enough that you can actually hear your neighbors incredibly loud compared to what I had to go through last time I went camping, because last time I went camping no one was really here, so it was very nice to see that like you can just go camping and you're not going to be bothered, or the noise is not going to be too loud. But in this case it is pretty loud. Just be aware that if you are planning to go camping in a very busy campsite like Burwell Provincial Park is a very beautiful park. I haven't gotten a chance to walk around yet, but based on what I'm seeing so far, I'm very happy with this. But it is a very busy park compared to other parks out there. Because there is a beach here too. That's one of the reasons why it's busy as well. And because it is a mix used, as in there's camping, there's tent camping, there's RV camping. Power is just sporadic all over the park. It's not like a contained area for you to just park your car or park your RV, plug it in there, or your car or whatever, plug in as a plug-in site. This one is not. This one is just sporadic. 3 spots down from my campsite, it's a plug-in. It's a big plug-in site. Beside me, both sides of me and then one across, has no power at all. It's just whatever you get is what you get. So there's no power, but you're allowed to bring RVs here, and we're talking about massive big RVs. It's like we're talking about, like, you can fit like 20 people in an RV. It's huge. It's a huge RVs that's coming in. The spot that I got is actually pretty small. It's actually pretty nice spot. The reason why I like the spot is you have a driveway, then after that driveway just opens up. That's what I noticed on the sites here. It is a very narrow going in, but it's a very big lot at the back, so it's very you have a lot of privacy. You don't see your neighbors too often. Like some sites you see across, this one you don't see it, but it is very close to each other. That's the only thing. um yeah, that's the only thing you have to contend with. It's just your neighbors just being loud. There is a curfew in the provincial park regarding how much sound you're allowed to have. um Personally, I don't really care. I sleep very well. I can go sleep in loud places with no issues. So just be aware. I have no problems with that. But be aware that if you are planning to go camping in a provincial park in Ontario, you do have to contend with loud neighbors, especially if they're close to you. Pardon me. If they're far behind, like away from you guys, away from your campsite, you're fine. But if they're very close, then that's going to be if you want your privacy, that's not going to happen here. So just be aware that when you're planning to look for new campsites, you just have to be aware that that oh, pardon me. Oh wow. Sorry about that. Oh wow, sorry. It was just a little dry throat right there. But I'm saying that you just have to be aware that you do have to contend with noise. You do have to contend with neighbors. You do have to contend with other factors. So be aware of that when you are planning to book a site. Look at what's around you. If there is, for me, I personally choose a site that's there's no plug-in. Reason why there's no plug-in, because you don't get music. Because people have a tendency to play music all night if they have a plug-in. Let's just say I experienced karaoke as well too in the middle of the park. So just be aware. Be aware. So if you are going to look for a spot that you want something quiet and a little secluded, look for spots that there's no power, away from the RVs, then you're good to go. So typically if you go camping, if you follow those two rules, your site is pretty quiet. So just be aware of that. Like I mentioned earlier, there is curfews in the park. It's around 11 o'clock because it is a peak season now, so there's a lot of people walking past by you, especially the park rangers, to make sure everyone's kosher. So just be aware of that. So yeah, so I'm just going to wrap up for today. I'll touch with you guys tomorrow, and good night. It's day 2. It's 8:11 a.m. And last night was very uneventful. Like I was mentioning last night, that there is a curfew in the park around 11 o'clock, and it did. And let's just say all the noise stopped at 11 p.m. So good thing about being in a campsite like this is everyone actually follows the rules, because they don't want to be kicked out or fined or anything like that. So it's nice that everyone follows the rules. So Weather-wise, last night was nice. It was it's supposed to be forecasting around 17 last night, and I think it did go down around 17 because I was very comfortable last night. It was chilly when I was about to go to bed, so as soon as I closed all the windows, the whole place just got warmed. So it was really nice. And yeah, so I'm just going to start cooking breakfast and trying to figure out what to do for the rest of the day. Oh, looks like nothing really got touched from the animals last night, so that's pretty nice. Plus, at the same time, it's pretty chilly. I keep hearing this banging sound all day. I'm not sure if it's hunting season, but I'm not sure if there's hunting around are allowed around this area. But it's been like banging all day, like last night until at least midnight. So that was kind of weird. Yeah. So I'm just going to start the fire and get that sorted out. I just turned on the thermostat, so that's gonna take a while to kick in. But yeah, it was pretty damp last night because of the change of weather. It's supposed to be sunny all day today at a high of 27 C. And yeah, it should be good. It is going to rain tomorrow. I don't know when it's supposed to rain tomorrow. So if it is going to rain tomorrow, I might just pack everything in the car and get it ready to go this afternoon or tonight. After my dinner, because I'm not sure when the rain's coming. They said it's supposed to be tomorrow evening, tomorrow late afternoon, but I checked the weather this morning. It's supposed to be 60% rain during the day, so chance of thunderstorms. I'll keep an eye on that and see how that works out and go from there. But today I'm just going to have breakfast and enjoy the quietness. Let's see how quiet this place can go. I think, whoa, I'm not sure if you heard that. That was a fly. So we'll see. It is 8:32 p.m. Sorry, 8:32 a.m. Fire is going, water is boiling, and my thermostat just literally stopped. Well, you can actually plainly see it's actually done. So time to replace it and get that sorted out because it's very damp here, like damp enough that it can get very be very mosquito-y. It's gonna be very humid today, so if it's gonna be this humid today, it's gonna be very hot. So that means our little buddy mosquitoes will probably be out and about all day. I did check my inventory for pads. I have enough, I believe, for this trip. But my next trip is actually in August. I am planning to go somewhere in July. I don't know where or when yet, but I am planning to head out again in July. But for as of my camping schedule, my next trip will be in August. So the one in August will be a longer. It's actually a family trip in August, so it's slightly different. But I do need to get more thermocell. There you go. I just need to get more pads with thermocell because so far, knock on wood, my mosquito, in fact, my mosquito biting is very, very minimal. It's similar to if you have the off spray. But good thing about this one, I don't have any using the thermocell. I don't get stickiness on this. I'm actually using a 450 grams, 15 ounce isobutane container, the big one. The reason why I'm using this one instead of the small one is this one, so far, it lasts me a camping trip already, plus this one. I don't see myself changing this until probably the end of the year. So that's good. So that's that. I did check my Jackery again this morning after charging my watch, my phone, and using my CPAP. I have 70% today. I'm actually charging my batteries for my GoPro, doing this recording this morning, so that should last about a couple hours, get that charged. I do have enough sun here that I can actually use the solar panels to charge that today. Hopefully that's going to be a thing. But yeah, hopefully that's going to work out. Looks like my water's boiling, so I'll see you guys later. Sorry, I pressed record again while I'm waiting for the fire to calm down so I can start cooking breakfast. A couple of things that I want to discuss. One of them is coffee. Right now I am using instant coffee, the sweet and cream mix. The biggest issue, like for me, I'm a big coffee drinker. Like I love my coffee. So far, the coffee I've been drinking since I started this camping adventure is this guy here, the Nescafe one. I'm putting 2 of these just to get some, like, you know, extra oomph of the day. But unfortunately, it's not strong enough. I am seriously considering going back to my doing a French press during camping or something. I'm trying to figure something out because for me, coffee in the morning is like a thing. You need to have coffee in the morning. For me, I need coffee. If I don't get coffee in the morning, I get really cranky really fast. If I get cranky, I don't have fun. That's the only thing. But you know, I'm looking at alternative coffee thing for camping because sometimes like I said, like last night, why are you gonna suffer? Why are you gonna change the way you eat? You know, because you're just camping. You can just bring whatever you need to bring and have the same experience at home and camping, right? That includes coffee. And I'm looking at other alternatives out there. I'm looking at French press, like I mentioned earlier, the percolator. Because I have a Jackery, I'm thinking about bringing a Keurig now, a portable Keurig. Those kind of things, because for me, having a good cup of joe is like a big thing. Oh, it does the trick. You know what I mean? It just does the trick, but it's not like, you know, it's not like what you have at home. It's not like, oh my God, this is amazing, right? So I'm looking at different solutions for my coffee needs for the next trip. Again, there's a lot of alternatives out there, including the I think it's called AeroPress. It's the that's a good alternative. It's an espresso based style. But the only thing I don't like there is the pads, right? You can get the mesh ones; those are good. But I'm still kind of debating if we're gonna use that for this year. Maybe next year for next year's camping season. But right now, how it stands, I'm just gonna be using this until I find something alternative for the next trip. The other one is about to. I want to go back to the eating well while camping. The trick of eating well in camping, like having a filet mignon for dinner last night, is to prep yourself properly. You know, make sure that how you normally cook your food at home, if you plan to have that in camping, feel free to do that, but just make sure that you're prepared. You prepare yourself properly. Make sure that you prep all your meals before you head out. So when you get to campsite, everything's ready to go. It's less chopping for you. It's less mixing for you. Everything is ready in Ziploc bag, and and start grilling after that. The one thing that I definitely encourage you guys to do, I'm going to start doing that for the next camping trip, is stop using Ziploc bags and start using containers. Reason why I'm saying that is I realized last night when I was prepping everything is I use a lot of Ziplocs. A lot of Ziplocs, and it's not very sustainable. So that next trip, I'm definitely going to do a bit more container style packing instead of Ziploc packing. Ziploc is a lot easier to pack, but if you look at the sustainability of it, it's not very good. So next trip is definitely container. Oh, one more thing too. If you are planning to have coffee every morning, bring yourself a mug. Bring your coffee mug with you, because I have to buy a new coffee mug. This one here, the golden copper thing, yesterday, and because I forgot it. So now I have a coffee mug for my kit. So this is going to stay there until the next camping trip, right? So yeah, those are a couple of things. The fire's still going. I'm just making it burn so I can have embers, so I can start cooking my bacon on it. And yeah, I'm just gonna be doing bacon and rice. I do have crumpets as well too, but I'm probably gonna save that till tomorrow instead of today, because of I need something hearty. I might have that for snack too. So I also have instant noodles for soup for later on today, because you can't go wrong with instant noodles in camping. You know what's really good in the morning, especially having bacon, is having your bacon cooked on an open fire like this. Look at that. That's how you cook bacon. Bacon in a fire, and you hear the crackling sound and the pork fat dripping right in the fire. It just stares out the smoke, the smell of it. It's just fantastic. So if you ever get a chance, barbecue your bacon on an open fire like this. It's worth it. It's really, really worth it. Hey guys, so it is 9:22 a.m. Breakfast is served. So what I did is, like I mentioned, I forgot my eggs at home, so I have to improvise for breakfast this morning. I have my coffee. Coffee, again, talked about this already. I'm just having bacon and rice for breakfast. I just think that rice is just eggs or whatever, but I love rice, so whatever. The bacon itself is grilled, so like I showed you earlier, and I bet you it's gonna taste so much better than the typical way you cook bacon. If I have a grill at home that I can have access to, open flames like that, I'll have my bacon cooked like this every day, every morning. So let's go test it out and see how it tastes like. Okay, it's a little crunchier than I expected, that I wanted. I like my bacon a little soft. The bacon has a nice smoky taste to it. That's good. That's really good. I guess I want to see what it looks like. Here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, see? Crispy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I want to keep eating. I'll talk to you guys later after breakfast. Hey guys, so it is 11:24 a.m. and last camping trip I never get a chance to test the Jackery's solar panel, so here it is. I'm finally getting testing. So it's working exactly as advertised. I'm getting roughly about 68 watts of input going into the Jackery. So when I plugged this in, I was in the 64% range. Reason why I'm charging it now is just to top it up, because I might have to start charging devices again, because right now I brought my laptop with me to edit day one yesterday. Again, this is the first time I'm actually doing like video podcasts on the road. It's easy to do audio because audio is easy to process. Video is a lot harder to process, so that's why I'm testing this setup to see if it works. I think if you want to decide to work remotely and quiet, definitely consider doing it in a park because it's relatively very, very quiet and super relaxed. So I don't mind working out here. Just thinking about it make me want to say, my buddy has worked remotely in a camping site for about a week. So it is doable. You're just going to be eating a lot of data. That's the only thing. But yeah, it's doable. Jackery is working perfectly. Solar panels, charging everything. There you go. It is 1:55 p.m. and I got my first hiccup, technology-wise, in this camping trip. Originally, in this camping trip, I'm supposed to be doing a video podcast instead of just strictly audio. A couple of things happened. One is the holy crap! Every time I try to record something, there's like something happening. So I apologize for that one. Yeah, I was saying that a couple of things happened while I was recording the video podcast. One of them is the biggest thing is my camera keeps heating up. Like it heats up, but it keeps overheating. It's only 26 degrees right now, 26 degrees C, and my camera keeps overheating. I've been using the GoPro 9 Black to record all the footage. Good news is I salvaged some of them. That's good. Reliability for this camera, especially long term, especially in the heat, is horrendous. I do use a media mod to capture the audio through a microphone, but unfortunately, I can't really use it. That's a little disappointing. But the show must go on. So, for now, I'm going to go back to audio. So the good thing about my setup was the GoPro was actually recording a separate audio file, a WAV file, so I'll be just using that. So if you hear anything that says video in it or something like that, originally it was supposed to be video. I do apologize for that one. Oh man, I'm trying to make a podcast, but it's so hard to do it because my equipment, they're good equipment, but they're not. Sorry, I'm just frustrating that GoPro is supposed to be this rugged thing. It's supposed to be like anywhere you go, it will work. But I was recording a review for the T4, the Gazelle T4. 10 minutes in, it just stopped. It just told me overheated. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I have to start over again for that one. But I just want to let you know that I am moving back to audio for this case. It does not mean that I'll be not doing video podcasts to actually show you guys the setup, but it's just going to be a very frustrating event to get this thing sorted out. But yeah, I'm just hoping that this will, I will not get deterred or distracted. Or you know what I mean. But no, I just want to let you guys know that I am going back to audio podcasts until I figure out this video thing. But too bad though, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the video that I got, photo-wise. I'm going to post it in the website. So if you go to Camping with Lenny, episode 5 of the podcast, you'll see photos there that you can actually look at, and you can see it from there. So that's where we're going to be going forward from now on until I decide to go full-blown video podcast. So just want to let you guys know that's what's happening. Show must go on. Yeah. I'm just gonna go do my other review and redo it again. Hello everyone. So looks like I had issues with my recording. Apparently I had RF interference with my recorder when I was recording, when I switched over to straight audio podcast. I'm not sure. Like I mentioned before, I had issues with my camera overheating when I was trying to do a video podcast, so I switched back to audio. Unfortunately, I had massive RF interference with my recorder because of my wireless microphone that I was using. So all the footage, all the audio recorded that I did are all gone. They're all unusable. So let's just say this is my second hiccup of this trip. So I'm actually recording this on a Monday, day after when I got home. When I was testing the audio this morning, that's when I realized that there was an issue with the recording itself. So in other words, day 3, all my recordings for my final review are gone. They're not usable, including the pork belly that I cooked Saturday night. All the audio that I recorded are all gone as well. So, moving forward, for this recording, I'm just going to let you guys know my final review of the campsite itself. Because to be honest with you, I do need to provide that review because it is a very beautiful park. I'm not denying that at all. So my final review for the park is this: Burwell Provincial Park is about 2 to 2.5 hours west of Toronto. To get there, it's actually pretty simple. Just take one highway and you're there. You do have to zigzag down to rural roads to get to the park itself. The park itself is actually situated just at the shore or just offshore of Lake Ontario. So the park itself is looks like it's been renovated recently because of the washroom itself was very new, to be honest with you, compared to other parks I've been before. It looks pretty brand new, including the signs itself. Because typically, when you go to a provincial park, especially for the camping, they typically give you a map of the park. In this case, there's really no maps because everything was labeled accordingly. Like, when you get in there, everything is like, okay, your site 195, just follow the arrows where generally where 195 is. You'll get there. You don't need a map. So that's what's very refreshing and very nice to see. I'm hoping that the rest of the provincial parks will go that route as well too, because it's so well organized. I was very, very happy with that. The other one as well too that I want to mention that the park itself is actually a mixed use. What I mean about that is a mixed use between tent, RVs, and campers. And also the mixed use of power versus non-powered site. Compared to other parks, they're actually pretty segregated between RVs and campers and tent. On top of that too, it's pretty segregated regarding the use of power versus non-power. In this case, everything was mixed together. So 2 of my neighbors has RVs. None of them doesn't have any power. But if you walk a couple of seconds or just around the corner from where I am, it is tent or RVs with power plug-in. So it's a weird combination of it's just sporadic area with power versus non-power, and also the washroom facility actually has a washer and dryer. So the whole park itself is
is designed for long-term use. So we're talking about if you're planning to camp for 2 or 3 weeks straight, you will have that ability to stay there for 2 or 3 weeks, because you will have proper showers, you have proper bathrooms, you have laundry facility as well too. And when you drive into the park, you actually have a dumping station for your RV or your trailer, and also fresh water outlets for you to get fresh water before you go into the park itself. So that was pretty nice. That was actually pretty awesome. And also the garbage and recycling area it's very accessible too. So you don't have to drive too far. You can actually walk your garbage to the bins and walk back without any issues as well. The roads itself around the park or around your campsite are actually paved as well too. They're not dirt road compared to other campsites, so that was actually pretty nice as well too. The only issues that I have in that place is is how close you are with your neighbors. Typically, some parks you don't actually hear them. They're far enough that the trees are actually blocking enough sound that it's just a muffled sound. But in this case, you can actually hear people's conversation. So especially if you're speaking loud enough. But the good thing about it is the privacy. The privacy of each lot. Well, some majority of the lots are very, very good. The foliage of the trees and the bush, everything else is actually very dense and very thick and very high, so you don't see them, but you unfortunately do hear them as well too. And also some of the lots that I seen, especially the one that I got, it actually almost has a driveway to it before it goes to the area that you normally put your tent in and in your cooking area. So that was actually pretty neat to see that there is a separation between where you park your car versus where your quote unquote living area or your tenting area. I've noticed that some of the areas are the same way too, so they're pretty staggered. So it's very, very nice to see that the privacy is there. But unfortunately, they are pretty close to each other. Like my neighbor across me, typically if you go to some parks, you don't see your neighbor when you look out to the street because they're staggered. In this case, they're not really staggered as much, but you can actually see them pretty easily. So just keep that in mind if you're planning to go to this park. Also, because the whole thing is being used for majority thing I've seen so far when I was going to that park, when I was driving around before I left, is everything's RV based. Everything is RV or campers, like a lot of campers, and it's designed for long term. So there's a lot of families taking vacations. There's people biking to the bathrooms. There's people jogging. Kids are in the bicycle as well too. So if you're planning to go in that area, especially in this park, you just have to be very, very cautious about kids running around in the streets and the bicycles, or people running, taking their morning jog or whatever. So just keep that in mind. Also, the park itself does not have a beach. You do have, the campsite, let me phrase this again. If you want to go to the beach within the provincial park, you do have to drive. It's not a walking distance compared to other parks. Like in Kilberry, you can literally just walk there. And same thing for Pinery, you can walk to the beach itself. Sandbanks, same thing. This one you do have to drive, but there is an alternative beach within Port Burwell township itself, like the town center. As soon as you go to there's actually a very beautiful beach. It's well maintained. It's very well supervised. There are rules that you have to remember. There are picnic tables as well there too. So that's in my opinion, that's a good place to go. There is a bunch of restaurants there too. So it is a beach town. They're making it like a beach town, and there is a marina as well too. So it's a very nice area in the park as well. The only drawback is that if you're planning to go there for the weekend, it is doable, but you do have to time it properly. So just be aware of that when you go there as well. Food for thoughts as well too. a part of the recordings that I lost was talking about the weather and all the lessons learned stuff. But for the lessons learned, the it's lessons learned for me is the weather. The weather there is actually pretty different because different in a way that because you are in a closed canopy feel to it, because where I was staying at, if you feel the breeze, the wind coming in, the wind is not very intense compared to when I was in Earl Row, because Earl Row is a little bit more open, so when the wind comes in you can actually feel the wind. Here you don't. Humidity does stay in the ground, low in the ground as much as possible. So there's a lot of humidity as well too. Because when I was there, the temperature was, I think Saturday it peaked to 28 degrees. Same thing for Friday when I got there. When I left, it was supposed to rain, but unfortunately, it did not rain. Make a long story short, I packed everything Saturday night and thinking it's going to rain first thing in the morning, but it didn't rain. Thank you, Weather Network, for keeping my hopes down. But like I was saying, that the weather climate per each location, depending on which location you go to, it becomes a microclimate. The heat does stay in that area. But as soon as you leave your area, because of the trees, it actually gets cooler or actually warmer. So it really depends. So just be aware of that. And also the fire pit location where I am was weirdly located in a corner near the trees. It's just a weirdly located fire pit. So so the trees do cover the fire pit a bit. So just be careful with that. I'm going to start posting the lot number that I'm actually staying at, because it's actually like for me, if I go back to that park, I'll go back to the same spot because it's actually a very, very nice spot. There is another spot just around the corner from where I am that's actually a lot bigger. It's a lot more privacy, and you can actually fit more tents to that one. So it's a great little location there. But park overall, I'll give it about a 7.5 out of 10 in the Lenny score. Reason why I'm giving 7.5 out of 10, because of the privacy. It's just cramped. It's a very cramped park. Your neighbors are very close to you, so it's just, keep that in mind if you're planning to go there. It's just cramped. But it is it's a very beautiful park. It's very clean, incredibly clean. They clean that place like all the time. The overall experience was good, but unfortunately the cramp, like it feels like you're literally really close to your neighbors. If you're trying to find a little bit more secluded park to go camping at, this is not the spot. But if you're looking for something, that you can park your RV or your trailer, and you don't mind being close to your neighbor, this is a great spot too. So yeah. But if you ask me if I go back to this park, yes, I will go back to this park again. But I do have to start looking for other lots. Gets a little bit more privacy, because again, you can hear your neighbor. You don't see them, but you can hear them. So for me, lessons learned: bring a backup recorder of a backup recorder. So yeah, thanks guys.